Okay, so Joyce is going to call in because her computer is not working well on the WebEx. I'm not sure what happened to Bill, and we're still waiting. We still need another person, which we hoped would be Dot, but she's not on, so I'm wondering if she's going to be back in time. So the best laid plans. Oh.
Bill's downstairs, so he should be calling back in. Well, no, that might be Joyce.
It's me, it's Joyce.
Hello, Joyce.
Can you hear?
I'm having trouble with my other webinar.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
You probably didn't hear Sue just then, Joyce, but we're waiting to see if Bill calls back in, and then we need one more person other than Bill. So we're just sort of waiting here right now.
All right. Has Todd called in?
Yes, Todd is here and Sue is here, and this is Julia. I'm here.
Okay, so yeah, I brought this all up, and then all of a sudden it wasn't there anymore. Did anyone else have trouble with WebEx?
Yeah, it's not unusual. So, okay, caller number 4. Is that Bill again?
Yeah, that's me again.
Okay, good. All right. So we've got you and Joyce and Todd. We're waiting to see if Dot's going to join us. We know that Steve's not going to be able to join us, and that the mayor is not going to be able to join us because he's taking one of his relatives to get the vaccination. So,
well, and Carolyn Coker is not. I don't think Carolyn has a computer.
Yes, and now she could. I don't know. She has a cell phone. She could have called in, but she doesn't really get emails, so I'm not sure how that works. Anyone else on the committee?
No, no, that should be everyone.
So if we don't have someone in a few minutes, I guess we'll just end the meeting and try again.
How many do we have to have?
We need 4, and so we have 3 right now. And we know 3 of the others aren't going to be on. So the only one that said they might be able to make it was Dot, and she wasn't sure. So we're just going to wait a few minutes and see if she gets on here.
And we can still talk. If there's something that the 3 of you want to talk about, we can do that. You just can't make any motions or pass anything. But otherwise, if there's a discussion you want to have, we can have at it.
Okay. I know Julia wanted to talk about the July 4th parade and the float. I think that's something that the mayor was looking into, because apparently the trailer they used last year is not in good condition. It's not safe. So
yes, so it was actually the year before the last, because we didn't have the parade last year. But
right.
Yes, yeah, but Todd was on there and helped put it together year before the last, and so he's familiar with some of the issues that they had. And I know that, the mayor was looking at it. I guess it was after that parade, year before the last, since we didn't have it last year. And we never really decided exactly what to do. So I just wanted everybody to know that we do think we're going to be able to have the parade this year, but it may be a little bit different than the ones we've had in the past. So I didn't know if you all wanted to discuss maybe writing in something different this year or doing something different, or if you want to try to get a trailer together. I have all the information to contact, everyone that we normally contact if we want to try to use that one again. I don't know. So it's up to you guys, and we can't really make any decisions today since we don't have, we can't vote on anything today, but it's definitely something we need to think about that's coming up right around the corner. So
I think
Todd, can you update us about the condition of the trailer?
The trailer, as it was year before last, there was several holes in the flooring of the trailer, and we actually had to put sheets of plywood down just so no one would fall through those holes. The back of it had some steps, but they only attached on one corner. So halfway through the parade route, we ended up having to stop and pick our steps up and put them back on the trailer. So it's not a good trailer to use again.
I would say not. Yeah.
Well, I know they had talked and approved buying a new trailer, and that was about 3 years ago, I thought.
Well, I was actually looking for one year before last year. And that's when the COVID hit, and I had no dollar amount to go with. And usually if you're going to buy a used trailer, they want cash on head right then. So there was no point in going ahead with anything until we could have a meeting.
Okay.
Bill, did you talk to the mayor? When I was suggesting that 3 of you get together. And,
I've tried a couple of times to get hold of him, but he's always been out. I need you to keep trying.
Well, and you have other options if you want to just have a curb in the parade, or try to find an antique car or a truck or something like that where you could do that. This year the parade is not on the 4th. It's actually on Saturday, July 3rd, because the July 4th is on a Sunday, and that becomes problematic for a Sunday morning parade. So it has been approved to be on the Saturday, July 3rd. We do realize that there's going to be some changes. We won't be regulating them at least at this point for the town, but we also realize that a lot of people may not at that point even feel comfortable having groups on a float that aren't family groups or whatever. However, so that's the other thing to think about is what's your comfort level there. But that doesn't mean that you couldn't have representation in the parade, and we can have a sign or banners made or whatever we need to. So that's an option for this year too, if that's what seems to work out. If you can't find a trailer or rent a trailer, I don't know what the rental abilities are. The problem for us as staff-wise is that all our trailers are used by Public Works that day to put all the barrels and get everything out. And we don't have staff to actually drive anything for you because it takes every staff person. Plus I do some direct hires to get through the parade because it takes so much. So, but those are some options for you to think about, and knowing that it's just going to be a little different this year, probably. Who knows? Every night on the news, it seems a different timetable on COVID and vaccinations and who's doing what, and I don't know. It's hard to make plans.
Well, I think something else to remember.
The holiday comes around, most of us. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. Go ahead, Bill.
By the time the holiday comes around, I think most of the committee members will have received vaccinations.
Well, I've had mine. Both.
I don't know about Todd because he's younger than the rest of us, but I know that I will have received vaccination.
Well, I think something else to think about is we have 7 committee members right now. And when we initially did the big float, how it all got started, we had many, many, many more people than that, I think, that would ride on the float. So I think another thing that we need to take into consideration is how many people actually want to ride on it. We've only got 7 committee members right now. We have a few more people who are volunteering that might be interested, but we might want to check into that before we, make a final decision. So.
I see. Yeah, you're right.
Well, to me, if you need somebody to ride, I can. If you've got other people that want to, I don't need to. It doesn't matter. So.
Thank you, Joyce.
Yeah, I can ride.
What's his name that drives the float? All I can think of is Casey.
The one who drives the float?
Yeah, what's his name?
Hang on, and I'll tell you. I've got it right here somewhere.
He used to live down the street from me. He did my bushes and shrubbery. Not Casey. I was just wondering if he might have a trailer.
No, he said year before last that he would hold our trailer if we bought one, but he does not have one for us.
Yeah, I know he's expanded his business and moved up to Powell, and I didn't know if maybe he might have gotten more equipment too. So I haven't talked to him in ages.
Yeah.
Because I used to just stop by his house and leave him a check. The only trailers my son has are for motorcycles. That doesn't help.
Todd, how was our representation of Hartford attached to the trailer, or was it attached at all?
It did not look well at all. not as a representation of the museum. I think Sue had a good idea with the antique cars. I think that would fit in with our museum, and it would be easier to deal with that.
I think you're right.
Does anyone have an antique car?
Mm-hmm.
You have one, Joyce. We could take yours.
That's right.
My car is 19 years old. I don't know if that qualifies as an antique.
Mine's 25. It'll be 26 years in May.
We could ride around in that one she donated to the museum.
Oh, that's perfect.
I have a red Firebird. That would look bright in the parade up. It's a 1995 showroom condition.
Joyce, a Firebird, Joyce. Boy, that's hot stuff.
That would be nice.
You should take hers. You could probably all fit in it.
5 people fit in it comfortably.
Well, there you go. It's perfect.
I mean, if you want to, that's fine with me.
We can't vote on it, but I feel like we've solved this problem.
It's not a convertible, so it's got a I bought
That's
it in
okay.
I bought it in 1995, and I didn't buy a convertible because I worked so late at night and didn't want to come out late at night.
Yeah. Now, I think that sounds like it'd be great if it's bright red. That sounds awesome. So, doesn't have to be a convertible. We have lots of regular cars in there too. So,
we could get a sign that just says, museum, and stick it on the side. It kind of, would match the little Mustang in the museum. That's featured.
I know. I love that little Mustang you donated. It's really cool.
Listen, my great-grandson would love to have it, but I just, it's never been outside of my living room except when it was taken to the museum. The first time it's ever been out of my house in years, ever. And I've had it for probably 33, 34 years. So I've had a long time.
well, you all think about it.
Every kid that came in my house, boy, they wanted it.
Yeah.
And you can't buy them anymore. You just can't.
I can understand that.
If you pay a lot of money for them, because I was offered a lot of money for the one I had, but I just didn't want to do that.
So then you know that we are on the battlefield. Yeah.
So you guys think about it, and maybe when we have our meeting in March, and we may try to do a in-person meeting.
That was for a stagecoach.
Yeah, I think we should, Sue.
Yeah, if we can do, because you all wanted to see the Farragut film too, so we could do that. The governor has extended the use of virtual meetings through March, but I think we can spread people out, and that way the few people that don't really have the ability to tap into the virtual could come too. So we'll try that, and you all can talk about this issue with the parade, because Julia could order you some magnetic signs that would be really pretty to put on the side of the Firebird, or the red Firebird, right, or whatever. So
yeah.
Is there any others?
That may be the way to go.
Okay. Are there other items that you guys want to talk about today? Anything about the museum scheduling or the gift shop or any of that you want to talk about today?
I do, because I am at the point where Linda McCarthy's coming back, and so I just want to know how Todd is coming with the inventory for the gift shop.
I've got Thursday. I'll be doing the last 2 sections of inventory, and then I have to go back and double check a few errors that was in there. But it should be done Thursday is when the inventory list will be done. And as soon as I get it on an Excel spreadsheet, then I'll send it straight to Julia, and whoever can have access to it.
And yeah, send it to me too. But the thing is,
Thanks, Todd.
I was thinking I was trying to decide whether we should open the museum up on Mondays, because I've had to tell Bill and everybody that, okay, I only had room for one person for one day. And the only one I put down for 2 days is I thought was Dot, and I think I only had them down for one day this month. And I put, of course, Dot and Lou together, and I've been putting Sue Ann and Todd together because they've been working on inventory. But what do you think about opening the gift shop effective March 1st and just put 2 people in, or open it, have the museum open on Mondays as well? What works for you, Sue? What do you think?
I'm whatever you want to do, Joyce. You're the heavy lifter here with the scheduling. So if you think you can open on Monday, that'd be wonderful. And I think, if you guys can handle it, opening the gift shop would be great. Because I don't think your load is so high that you couldn't do it even with just one person. So that would agree.
Well, I was thinking if people want to work 2 days, if we had 2 people in, one covering and I'm not going to have a separate gift shop schedule, because whoever's there, if you have 2 people, because there's different times that I've been there and I've needed a gift shop person to help me give tours. And there's other times when the person was doing the tours that I was doing the gift shop. So I don't see why you have to have 2 separate schedules. Just whoever's there, can do what they want.
I agree. I think that's a great idea.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
And I mean,
I'm all in favor of opening the gift shop and as adding Monday as well.
Okay, I'm putting it down.
I don't think you all have to vote on that. I think we've pretty much said, if you can get it scheduled, then I think that's okay. I don't think the rest of the committee is going to have a problem with that.
Well, and I'm going to do minutes anyway, but they will be unofficial, but just so that we have a record of what we talked about.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do at the hospital. If we didn't have a quorum, I would just, type up, this is what we discussed anyway, because I think you should have it in there. And
that's a good idea. Todd, are you okay with all that?
Sounds good to me. The gift shop, I do need to change some prices, because we do have some books that are like, I think the last one I checked was 300 and something% over retail.
Whoops.
So I pulled retail on every single item that's in the gift shop, and I'm kind of matching them to see where we need to be on prices, because 100% margin, really, that's not a good margin.
No. Thank you,
Well,
thank you.
And the other thing is all those books that were ordered that have not, that we don't need to have. Can we find out the average price and put those all on a clearance sale for a grand opening of the gift shop type of thing?
Those books were purchased at $5 a piece. They're originally marked in the gift shop at 20. That needs to come way down. I think either $8 or $10 would probably work best for those. I think we'd move a lot more of them at $8, but $10 would give us a double our price paid on it. So,
can you take those books, put them all aside, mark them all $8 when you're in there, and we'll have a grand opening of the gift shop and get rid of all that stuff?
Actually, what I was thinking about doing was since we're going to open the gift shop, is putting a table where we had the bust of Admiral, and actually doing a stack out of those books at $8.
Yeah.
That way they could it's just one big stack out of one item.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
For having like a grand gift shop, like a gift shop opening and getting all those books like you just said.
Right. Yes, I can do that on Thursday.
Okay, and we'll do that. We'll have the gift shop open as of March, whatever it is, 1st or whatever.
Okay.
And we'll open the gift museum on Mondays as well.
Okay.
And this way,
provided we can get people.
Yeah,
well,
so
but right now I'm telling people, I'm sorry. People like with Bill, I had to say, okay, I don't have enough for you to work 2 days.
yeah.
That's only 3 more. That's only 3 more days.
Yeah.
And I've got Linda McCarthy coming in. The first time she's going to work with me, because she said she felt more comfortable doing that. But I've only been working everybody 1 day because I don't have enough days.
Yeah, no, yeah. Joyce, I think that's fine. So if you want to if you're secure in the March 1st start, just just get back with Julia to verify that, and in the next day or so, and we'll get Julia can work with Wendy and putting that out via social media, so we can do a big thing that it's opening another day and that the gift shop will now be open, and we can do something about some of the things that are going to be on sale. So,
well, and when the first time the gift shop opens, we'll have somebody there to help with the books, and hopefully we can get rid of all that stuff that we don't need to have in there. But with 3 extra days, if we're desperate, that'll be Bill, Todd, and me will take those extra 3 days.
okay,
You can sign me up for 3 days.
Because that means only if Bill, Todd, and I took the first Monday, that means everybody else is still only working 1 day, and most people, like Henry Bird, wants 2 days. I always used to work at least 2 or usually 4 or 5. But I'm just going to have one schedule, and I'll have the 2 people in there that if like for the first Monday that we open, I'll have an extra person there just in case we need anybody, and to help set up the books and stuff. But most people want to work 2 days. Usually Bill works at least 2. Todd does. I do, because we're on the committee. Dot and Lou usually take 2 days. Dot and Steve Coker, I told him, I said I didn't have another day for him to work. So I don't think 2 days is going to be difficult at all. And if somebody wants to work 2 days, I'm going to put them on the schedule, and they can help in the gift shop or whatever. We'll see how it works out. And then maybe we can open Fridays if we have enough people to, no issues.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Okay, so if I need you guys, you're going to be working 2 days, if nothing else.
All right.
Okay, that works for you guys. Okay. All right. So we've got the Firebird for the antique car for the 4th of July parade, or July 3rd. We're going to open the gift shop and open Mondays as of March 1st. And you guys are going to work, you're going to drop the float stuff for this year, right?
It's sounding that way, yes.
Okay. But the thing is, you 2 guys need to work with Ron to buy a float for maybe next year if we're going to have one.
Okay.
And I'll leave that. I'll leave that up. you guys to work with Ron.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you guys.
Okay, it's at 2022. Okay. But this year we're using my car.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
So tentatively, do you want to tentatively say that we will meet in person at the community center?
Yeah.
And for your March meeting, and do you want to put the film on as part of the agenda like we were going to do in February before things got bad again?
Yep.
Yes, let's do that.
All right. Well, we will do that, and I won't be here, but Julia will, and we'll see you then, and hopefully everything will continue to progress like we are now, and things will be much better by then.
Well, as I said, we had Bill, Todd, and I and Julia were making phone calls regarding the float before and trying to, because we just didn't want to wait till the last second and then no float, no nothing. So, and as I said, I think using the Firebird is fine. As I said, it looks like it just was. I keep it under cover, and it looks like it was just driven off the showroom floor. So.
Wow.
Well, I drove it to work every day. But it's got 47,000 miles on it, and it's 26 years old this year.
Gee.
Wow.
And Scott's going to put...
That's fantastic.
And I'm going to put antique plates on it this year, so I don't ever have to buy them again.
Good for you.
So, anywho, we're all set.
All right, I think we're all set.
I'll type
all
these
right.
notes up anyway. All right.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.